Footloose is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Paramount. It can be found as both a slipcover and a non-exclusive steelbook. Now, Footloose is one of those movies that has definitely ingrained itself into pop culture over the years. I've always been a fan. It's one that I go back to every so often. The story is simple, straightforward, there's a good cast of characters, and most importantly, an outstanding 80s soundtrack. This is a movie I firmly believe you can watch for the first time even now and enjoy it, but probably a little more so if you're a bit nostalgic for that time period. Footloose on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has an aspect ratio of 1:8:5 with native 4K resolution, and it supports both HDR10 and Dolby Vision. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the Dolby Vision encode. Reportedly undergoing a restoration, the 4K transfer of Footloose will be a welcome sight for those that have had to endure the DNR smearfest of the Blu-ray. All one has to do is pop in the accompanying 1080p disc to see just what an upgrade this is. For starters, film grain makes a wonderful return. It's lighter in density, but is obviously present as opposed to the prior blue. Paramount's general disc encoding once again rears its head, but thankfully in a slightly more positive direction. I noticed it typically hit the mid-60s in one set of scenes and peaking above 100 for brief spurts. As far as the source quality since the restoration, it's generally blemish-free. It's not perfect. I did spot a speck or two here and there, but it's generally not going to be noticeable unless you're actively looking for it. With the 4K resolution, gains in detail are modestly improved. Close-ups are where enhancements to textures can be found, albeit not what I would label a night and day difference over the Blu-ray. I attribute this to the soft focus photography used in filming and not with any form of management or DNR. Mid-level and far-away shots are appreciable but not dramatically improved. With Dolby Vision, I was a bit surprised at how subtle its application is overall. If anything, the palette is just a bit more refined, but nothing I'd say is in-your-face noticeable. Primaries are visually pleasing with good-looking day scenes for the viewer to enjoy. The 80s aesthetic is rather subdued here, probably one of the most natural-looking instances on 4K in recent memory. Skin tones lean towards the warm side, but never get too hot. Whites are stable throughout the runtime. Black levels in regards to night scenes are solid, dark interiors as well. Shadow detail, however, can occasionally fall into black crush. This scene, for instance, with Lithgow at the council meeting completely obliterates detail on his jacket. One or two similar moments also produce the same results. Footloose on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports a DTS 5.1 audio mix, as well as a German, French, Italian, and Japanese Dolby Digital 2.0. The previous Blu-ray version of the film supported a DTS 6.1 track, and while I normally would lament at a quote-unquote downgrade audio-wise, I'm fine with the 5.1 mix here. The 6.1 was an audio format attempt to try to push home theaters to utilize a center rear speaker, which has since evolved into the modern Atmos setups. With that said, a Dolby Atmos audio upgrade would have been a most welcome addition, and it's unfortunate Paramount decided not to spring for it for this release. Essentially, the 5.1 is nearly identical from the old track. The film itself, as far as audio goes, is reinforced by a still awesome soundtrack that commands the soundstage. It wouldn't be too much of an exaggeration to say that the rest of the in-film audio plays at about a 4 normally, but when the music hits, the audible levels go straight to 9. As such, the surround environment mostly consists of music and light ambience. Up front, dialogue is clear and nicely prioritized in the center. The LFE is mostly present to accentuate the various music throughout the film and very little else. No new extras were included on the 4K edition, instead just the same supplements from before are included on the previous Blu-ray. A pair of commentaries, one with Kevin Bacon, some interviews, a screen test, and more are there for those interested. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Footloose on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray a solid B. Footloose may not be a revelation of an upgrade, but at the very least, it looks like a real film with a reinstated grain structure. The Dolby Vision offers subtle enhancements to the palette, and the source is generally clean. It's really a solid bump as far as picture goes. For the audio mix, I'm going to score this one a B as well. The film's soundtrack is the real star, and it's represented well here with the 5.1. I feel as if an Atmos upgrade, however, would have elevated this disc even more. As it stands, most fans have heard this audio track before. For the extras, I'm going to have to score these a D. Considering it's the 40th anniversary, the lack of a new bevy of supplemental material was a massively missed opportunity. If you're an extras enthusiast, you'll be very disappointed. So that is my review of Footloose on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. If you're interested in picking up a copy for yourself, I will leave an Amazon link for both the slipcover and the steelbook in the comment section below. If you use it, it really helps out the channel. But now I want to hear from you. What did you think of the 4K disc? Let me know your thoughts. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.